Knowledge without wisdom, the animal can turn to God, but without transmutation. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host Liam, aka Hemvar, and today we'll be doing a spoiler-free review of Fritz Leiber's Destiny x 3. Destiny x 3 is a 1945 novel by Fritz Leiber, who is a grandmaster of science fiction, fantasy, horror, all around just amazing author. Very much one of his earlier works and lesser-known works. It's very short, and I don't have much to say on it, actually. It opens with a quote from the Elder Edda, and then we learn of Yggdrasil and parallel realities as it relates to this science fiction story. The story takes place on 3 Earths. One is a utopia, kind of maybe another reality that can be invaded, kind of gets hinted at, and is definitely an alternate timeline sci-fi novel with hints of horror that Leiber is known for. But then the other 2 worlds themselves are dystopia, where great energy is only for the privileged and the elite, essentially. And there's also a ruined apocalyptic Earth as well for the 3rd one. This was actually first published in Astounding in March and April of 1945, published as a novel by itself in 1957. It actually follows the story of an engine called the probability engine. I feel like in this case, you do get to see Leiber's great sense of style. That definitely does seem early, particularly in concepts as he would explore elsewhere, as in places like The Big Time or Catch That Zeppelin. It also has the moodiness and evocative flavor the guy is known for, though, and I mean, it's just an enjoyable read. Not mind-blowing, not a favorite of mine, but enjoyable, right? I hardly ever read a Leiber story and come away having not enjoyed myself, or at least not having something to think about, which I can't say for a lot of authors. So, along with the epigram from the Elder Edda, there are epigraphs. For example, Lovecraft's Nyarlathotep is quoted as the epigraph for Chapter 2. Also gets some ethical questions and looks at science versus superstition, particularly some social sciences. There's cats, there's idea of witchery and pagan imagery, and it gets philosophical with the characters' names like Thorn and the different versions of a self. The whole thing is very short. It'd be much longer if it was written today, and particularly the world building itself is very short and sweet, which I enjoy. I find this interesting. It'd likely be overdone today, but this reminds me some of Leiber's Night of the Long Knives in quality as well, which is another short one that, again, not super popular, but well worth the read, especially if you like odd sci-fi stories. Anyways, Liam from Liam's Lyceum. I'll catch you next time.